The other piece of advice, that if we want to learn about a member of royalty, we should hit the library.
Oh, that makes sense. Say, Falcon, I've been meaning to ask since we're in a library and all. Are you a classic literature fan, or do you prefer more modern works? Reading's for squares.
I do like modern works. I like modern novels. Have you read The Three Musketeers yet? It has heaps of romance, intrigue and action. You would love it, Sparrowson.
Don't patronize me, Falcon. Of course I've read The Three Musketeers. Despite its contrived narrative turns, I enjoyed the novel's scathing critique of our current socio-political climate.
Contrived narrative turns? How dare you disparage Alexander Dumas in that way? Wow, that's quite an insightful review. Wait a minute. You just memorized that single sentence to sound well read, didn't you?
Maybe.
God.
Oh, that Nathan.
Yeah.
Would you, messieurs, mind lowering your voices? I can hear you squawking from the other side of the building.
My apologies, monsieur. Keep it down.
Wait, you're a librarian, aren't you? Nay.
Sorry.
Observation. Yes. Well, now we have your attention. My friend wants to ask you something.
I do? Oh, right, I do. You seem like a scholarly, well-read individual. I'm sure you're up to date on geopolitical news and the like.
I don't need your praise. Spit out whatever imbecile question is in the back of your throat.
Well, we understand that the Spanish throne is currently under dispute. Can you give us a brief rundown on who the contenders are?
What a trivial question. Even an elementary school child can name the immediate heirs to every throne in Europe.
Yeah, but for the sake of those children who slept through class, could you refresh our memories?
Humph. Very well. Pay attention because I'm not repeating myself. The current reigning monarch of Spain is Queen Reginald Isabella II, of the House of Bourbon, daughter of King Ferdinand VII. Upon her death, the crown would likely fall to her husband, King Consort Francis, Duke of Cadiz. Although it is certainly possible that an immediate family member could stake a claim. However, the Queen's position is currently being disputed by the Carlists, headed by the Count of Montmollin. I hope that answers your question. What was his name again?
Not that. Corrido.
That didn't even come up.
No. Did you catch all of that, Sparrowson?
Not a word.
Monsieur, we're actually interested in Prince Juan Quevedo of Spain. I don't think I heard him in the name of explanation.
A prince? Juan Querido? Is that what you said? Monsieur, I think you've been misinformed. There's no current prince of Spain. Dun dun dun. And I'm not even sure Querido's a real name. There's certainly no line of any Spanish monarchy.
How strange.
What does this mean, Falcon?
Well, one thing is for sure. Our client is not the Prince of Spain. Maybe he's a delusional lunatic. Or perhaps he's involving us in some sort of con. We don't have long before the trial, but it may be of interest to confront Prince Juan directly and get some answers.
Right. Are you two quite done chit-chatting? Yeah, let's ask about Don Quixote.
I borrowed this book from a friend. What can you tell us about it?
Don Quixote of La Mancha. It's a classic. Everybody has read it. Right? Yeah, everybody. But for those who haven't, I'm not going to sit here and summarize a great work of literature for two imbeciles who are too lazy to read.
Nor would I expect you to, monsieur. But can you tell us about the physical book itself?
This particular book didn't come from any library, if that's what you're asking. See, there's no library stamp or card. I assume it was acquired from a bookshop. A French bookshop, if the French translation and publishing information wasn't a giveaway.
I see. Thank you.
Do you have any other questions, or can I get back to work?
I think that's all for now. I think we're done here. Thank you for your time.
Then I bid you good day, sirs. New day, Sunday.
Well, it would. Okay.
We probably should talk to Fox Guy, though.
Yeah. I suppose we should. Oh, what?
You again? Visiting hours are over. Come back later.
I have no time for your quibbling, monsieur. Stand aside.
You can't talk to me like that.
I most certainly can. We have reason to believe that you are housing a suspect under false pretenses. That is in direct violation of statutes 204B and 488C of the French Criminal Code of Justice. Failure to comply with our request may result in you, yes, you, monsieur, being held directly responsible for any consequential legal action.
All right. No need to break out the legalese on me. I'll go open the cell. Wow, Falcon, how did you memorize those criminal codes?
Memorize? Oh, come on, Sparrowson. Learn how to bluff. Of course. Fucking music of this guy. Ah, Senor Falcon, it is so good to see you again. You have some good news about my case, I hope. I can be polite, right? Or should we be angry?
Nah, being angry hasn't helped us in the past. Let's use tact and finesse.
Right. Listen, Tron, in order to maximize our chances of a successful trial, I need to know every bit of information. I can't work with half-truths. If you tell me one thing and the prosecution evidence tells me another, then we're both in trouble. I am afraid I do not quite follow, senor. Do you want me to spell it out? I know that you're not the Prince of Spain. I know that your name is not Ron Corrido. Where is this coming from? I assure you, senor, that I am who I claim to be. If you want your trial to be a farce, then you don't need my help. Come, Sparrowson, we're leaving. Wait. Calm yourself, Monsieur Falcon. I'll reveal all.
Did you just say monsieur? What happened to your Spanish accent?
Oh. I'm going to keep the accent. Your suspicions were well placed. Juan Corrido is not my real name, and I am not a Spanish prince. That was just a persona I concocted for the purpose of getting arrested. So what's your real name? What's in a name? It's just an empty label, a vapid reflection of who we really are. Today I'm Juan Corrido, the Prince of Spain. Tomorrow I may be Bruno Reyer, a pauper living under the bridge of Seine. But that doesn't change who I am or what I do. Oh, you're an assassin. That didn't really answer my question.
Probably.
No, I suppose it didn't. But you're a smart bird, Monsieur Falcon. I suspect that you already know my real name.
Oh, it's probably...
Oh, it's him. Yes.
Yeah.
Renard Vulpes. You're Renard Vulpes, private investigator. Very astute.
I told you he's a fox.
Very astute. And you are Monsieur Falcon, private defense attorney. But that wasn't always your name, was it, Monsieur Falcon? Yes, like me, you know how to adopt a new persona on a whim.
Yes, I'm actually a pigeon. Change your name, Falcon? I didn't know that.
This isn't about me, Jean, Renard, Monsieur. We're trying to uncover the truth here. Though, of course. So what truth? Truth. Is that you attempt to uncover, Monsieur Falcon? Why would you want to get arrested? You're putting me in a difficult position, Monsieur. If I tell you the full story, I would be putting someone else in danger. How about this? I'll tell you a story.
I like stories.
There was a girl, a mademoiselle, who was in great deal of debt. Everyone has debt these days, Monsieur. Oh, sorry. Indeed, but this particular mademoiselle was indebted to a very powerful man, and that man wished to collect. The mademoiselle had no means of paying, so the man offered her a deal. Murder this man, and I will forget what you are owed. Refuse, and I will reap what I am owed from your parents. With no alternative options, the mademoiselle accepted. But another man, a gallant knight with foolish, archaic notions of chivalry, heard the mademoiselle's story. The knight knew the murder was inevitable, but he saw a way to take the fall in the mademoiselle's place. Do you understand what I am saying, Monsieur? Oh, so he basically was like, well, if he's gonna be killed, I'm gonna do it to take the fall for it. But that means he's guilty.
He kind of is, yeah.
I understand, Monsieur. To be honest, it wasn't the subtlest of allegories. Storytelling always never was my strong suit. But I am glad that you're seeing things from my perspective. Hopefully that sheds some light on the situation. If I may ask, Monsieur, why did you not just go to the police with the information that you had? Well, the police are not always an option. What is a man to do when justice system itself is the problem? I'll let you know when I figure it out, Monsieur. Dwell on it. Perhaps we should talk about something else in the meantime.
The lady is probably the flower lady.
Yeah. Well, that's all, I suppose. Because for you, John, I think we learned all we can for now. Oh, Monsieur Falcon, before I forget. Could you find Mousy and ask him whether the birds have successfully flown south for the winter? Whether birds have flown south? What was that? Some sort of code? Something like that. Rest assured, Monsieur, that this does not directly pertain to the case. Well, if we have time, I'll be sure to let Mousy know. Let's make a move, Sparson. Trial day is approaching.
Right. So there's the chocolate wrapper. We still don't know what the hell.
We can go there and just ask, I suppose.
Oh yeah, we could if it doesn't take any time.
It's trial day!
Oh, we have what?
It's trial day! Well, okay.
I guess.
Alright, well, we have no option now. We have to do this.
We definitely missed something now.
Yeah. Feeling nervous, Falcon? Well, yes. Of course I am nervous. What have we learned about Prince Ron? What do we know about the real murder? Nothing!
Easy there, Falcon. We can do this. We can just wing it.
Senor Falcon, I trust everything is in order?
No.
Absolutely. I have every intention of bringing the truth to light in this trial. Oh, such confidence. That's magnificent to see. And bringing the truth to light, you say? Ha! An admirable goal. No more jousting at imaginary giants.
All of you cease your yammering. Doors opening.
Here we go. Buena suerte, Senor Falcon.
We will.
We have so fucked.
All we know is that he confessed that he did it.
Yeah, and he's a private investigator taking the fall for a lady.
But we don't have anyone else.
Who bought the chocolate? I don't know. Who's Porcupine Dude? I don't know. We didn't give Mousy the message. Oh.
This is...
We're ready.
Are we, though?
No.
Let's see what happens, I suppose.
Oh. Cocorico.
JJ.
Severin.
Nervous?
Why would I be nervous? I'm not nervous. I'm as calm as a cuckoo. You're the nervous one. This whole courtroom is nervous.
Wow, cool on the feathers, Falcon. Humph, terrible. You can't even maintain a stoic facade. Facade. Difficult word. Thought this trial would be the perfect opportunity for you to redeem your previous embarrassments. But if this is how you act before the trial has even started...
Why, you pompous tail posture perfect! Oh God!
Oh my.
Judge Romulus. Well, I guess I'll do the judge as well.
Okay.
Oh, order. Let's settle down. Court is now in session.
Cutthroat judge. Psst, Falcon.
What is it?
Is it me or does the primary judge look hairier today?
That's a different judge from the one that resided over Dame Catalin's trial, you doofus.
Oh, still, it's a little strange, isn't it?
A little, I suppose.
Same people again.
No, excuse me. Yeah, it is the same people.
Excuse me, Your Honor. I was under the impression that Judge Maxime would be presiding over this case. Where is he?
Judge Maxim has gone on temporary sick leave due to a terrible accident with a flight of stairs. But rest assured, as was prosecutor, defense, and members of the jury, that I am more than qualified to fill his shoes. Without further ado, let's get this show underway. This is the trial of Prince John Quarido, who stands accused of murdering Major Howell and conspiring to murder the king himself. Roll call. The defense is present and ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
Good. Very good. I expect this to be a nice, speedy trial. I don't want to see this dragged out by technicalities and bureaucracy.
Well said, Your Honor. I expect that once the court sees the overwhelming evidence, this trial will be over in 5 minutes.
5 minutes?
You're just messing with your head, Falcon. Keep it together.
So, we're on the same page. Excellent, prosecutor. Please call your first witness to the stand.
Very well. I call the police officer who investigates the crime scene. I call upon Inspector Just Voletti or him.
Step up to the stand, Inspector, and recite the oath.
I swear to speak without hatred, without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Please recite your name and occupation for the court record. My name is Inspector Just Voletti. I'm a servant to the law, a scourge of the gutter rats. That will do, Inspector. We've all heard your monologue before. Wow, Gregor really is going for a speed record, isn't he? Now, can you tell us what you witnessed on the morning of the 7th of January? Of course. At 10 o'clock in the morning, I was... 10 o'clock. I was called to the Louvre's Grand Gallery by one of the King's Royal Guards. Did you just say o'clock? There I saw Prince Juan, King Louis Philip, the corpse of Mayor Howell with a rose in hand, and around 24 citizens. Citizens and the king himself, all attest to seeing Major Howell taking the rose from Prince Juan's hand, and then promptly dropping dead. And what did the morgue uncover upon examination of the corpse? The coroner determined with absolute certainty that Major Howell died of poisoning. Aside from a prick upon the finger, there was no sign of external harm to Major Howell's body. Therefore, the poisoned rose must have been the cause of death.
Oh, it could be the chocolate, I guess.
It could be.
But that's... would he eat chocolate?
Maybe.
Do we have Major Howell?
I don't think we know what he looks like.
We do.
Oh, we do.
Oh, we could have asked him about Major Howell. Damn it! Damn everything! Well...
We didn't. Well, putting the pieces together, that does seem very implicative for the prince. I have no further questions.
Damn. I was hoping that the coroner's report would determine that the guy died from a freak heart attack or something.
That would make for a particularly speedy trial, wouldn't it? But no, we aren't so lucky. Something else must be amiss in the old bird's testimony.
Right, I'll tear it apart. Your Honor, I wish to cross-examine the witness.
Oh.
Falcon, wasn't it? Don't waste the court's time. A high-ranking police officer would never lie on the witness stand. I wouldn't accuse the inspector of lying. I just want to make sure that every base is properly covered. Ugh! This sounds like pointless nitpicking to me, but I'll allow it. For now. Go on, Falcon, do your cross-examination.
Let's see. 10 o'clock in the morning. We really don't have much, do we?
How long was he at the entrance? I guess the timing is right. He said it was around the entrance quite a long time, wasn't he?
I think so.
Yeah, he doesn't say. Okay.
We could ask for poisoning and then go along the lines of which poison kills instantly. That's kind of weird.
Inspector, you say that the coroner determined with certainty that Major Howell was killed by poison.
Correct. He stated the signs and symptoms were textbook. There's no possibility that his death was natural. What kind of poison, I think?
Did the coroner mention specifically what kind of poison it was?
He was not certain. At first, the coroner posited that it was a plant-borne poison, like that of the aconite flower. But when he learned how fast the poison had taken effect, he noted that this was typical of aconite. Consequently, he suggested that it might have been some newly engineered concoction. A newly engineered poison, you say? Well, that only reaffirms that this was a very deliberate assassination attempt.
Does he have a sword he's holding in his back?
Maybe. Indeed.
Yes.
How? That's... I mean...
How exactly was Major Howell poisoned? What was the delivery mechanism?
His finger was pricked by the poisoned roast. He even commented out loud about it seconds before dying. All 22 citizens who witnessed the murder attested to seeing and hearing this.
Is there any possibility that he was poisoned by something else?
What an absurd thing to ask, JJ. Just heard that 22 people saw the victim prick his finger and die. What are you suggesting? That the pricked finger had no relation to the poisoning?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Because I don't think it is. The problem is we don't really have anything to back it up because we didn't ask the right questions.
We found this piece of trash that we have no idea who owned it.
We could try to go for it. I'm not sure if Cocorico would actually let it slip, but...
Let's just go for it.
Okay. That is exactly what I'm saying. I don't doubt Major Howell was poisoned, but I do doubt that the rose was the cause.
Unbelievable! Only a total buffoon could fail to draw the blatant link here. JJ, as tempting as it is to sit here and lecture you on the basics of cause and effect, I'll end this discussion painlessly. Inspector, please tell the defense that you found traces of poison on the fronds of the rose itself. That should alleviate all doubt that the rose was, in fact, the poison delivery mechanism. Actually, I can't tell him that. I dread to ask, but why not? We didn't check the rose for traces of poison. It just seemed obvious that Rose caused the poisoning given the timing of the incident.
Oh, Variety!
Such an idiot. Jesus. Well then, now would be a good time to make a test. Here's a marvelous thought. We prick the finger of the defendant with the rose. There's no poison on the rose, then Prince Run lives and he is free to go. The rose is poisoned, then the prince dies, but that's okay, because the punishment will be just and fitting of the crime.
A marvelous suggestion. What is this? A witch trial? This isn't America, Severin. That's not how we do things here.
Calm your feathers, JJ. It was clearly a joke. There are far more humane ways of testing for poison. I'm sure the inspector will perform his duty with due diligence. Actually, we won't be able to test the rose for poison at all. And why is that? Given the dangerous nature of the flower, it was destroyed by the police force. Burned it to ashes.
Oh my god! You're the worst!
God. Such professionalism.
If we have no way to know whether the rose was poisoned, then this whole trial ought to be called into question.
Nice try, JJ, but through the process of reasoning by elimination, we can still deduce with absolute certainty that the rose was poisoned. In other words, there was nothing else at the crime scene that could have caused such poisoning.
There was! Wrong! There was something else at the crime scene that could have contained the poison. Something the investigative police blindly overlooked. Yep. Look at this!
What am I supposed to be looking at?
It is the paper wrapper to a piece of chocolate. It was found in the Louvre, the Salle du Tibre to be precise, and we can date its consumption to the day of the incident.
You're not suggesting
that Major Howell ate a piece of poisoned chocolate moments before he died? I most certainly am. Yes.
Intriguing, I agree. Did you see this wrapper at the crime scene for yourself, Inspector? The police force does not have the time nor resources to trawl every piece of trash at every crime scene, I'm afraid. In other words, you overlooked it. Astounding unprofessionalism.
The prosecution is right to be disgusted. What a disgraceful display, Inspector.
I offer my apologies, Your Honor.
I don't want apologies. I want you to do your damn job properly. Get off the witness podium before I kick you off myself.
As you wish. I'll take my leave. Until next time, messieurs.
You fucking was a worthless police inspector.
So, let me get this straight. This chocolate wrapper was found at the crime scene.
Correct.
And you have reason to believe that it was consumed on the day of the incident.
I do. I have an expert food-tasting witness who will willingly testify if need be.
You have a foodie witness? I don't recall anyone like that. Who on earth are you talking about, Falcon? Oh, I see. But do you know for certain that Major Howell consumed this chocolate?
Well, that is a fact that we are still investigating.
I see. And do you have evidence that this chocolate was in fact poisoned?
Again, that is something that may require a little bit more time to definitively prove.
So then, in actuality, you do not have evidence that Major Howell consumed some poisoned chocolate. Oh, we should ask Dry about
Yep.
the...
Yep.
Instead, you have a solitary piece of rubbish that you plucked straight out of the gutter. That's weak, even for you, JJ. Really? Oh, I'm so sad. Let's move things along. I have another witness I would like to summon. Here's a man who claims to have had an excellent view of the people going in and out of the Louvre at the time of the incident. I call upon Monsieur Toussaint Kingsley. Who the hell is that?
Could the witness please approach the stand and recite the oath? Oh gosh. He's a kingfisher, see?
Oh, okay. I guess I'll do him.
Mm-hmm.
Hello. Hello. Oh, right, the oath. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Please state your full name and occupation for the court record. My name is Toussaint Kingsley, and I am a person who fishes.